Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, and welcome to some of the stupidest and funniest things that Jeff the engineer has said in F1 2019 career mode. I asked you guys to tweet me some of the stupidest things that you've had in your personal career mode races, and we've got a flurry of tweets. Actually, it's so much that as I record the video, there are probably going to be some more tweets coming in from you of some of the stupidest things that Jeff, the man, the myth, the legend, has said during career mode races. So I'm not going to put a number on the number of stupid things we're going to be going through in this video. I'm just going to go for a decent amount before I get some sort of brain damage, basically, because I've read some of these ahead of time, and some of them are actually biblically stupid. I've never witnessed some of them actually in my life, so I'm kind of a little bit skeptical that some of you maybe are making up things, but we'll take your word for it. And we'll dive into it then. These are the stupidest and funniest things that Jeff has said in F1 2019 career mode races. Starting off, how could we not, with the stupidest phrase that I personally heard, which is no heroics into Sandavot about 5 billion times. No matter which way you start the Monaco Grand Prix, Jeff always likes to remind you to be careful into Sandavot, and it just is not necessary. It just really isn't. We move on to the next one. After a race where I crashed and finished 19th in the Red Bull, Jeff told me, "Good job, really enjoyed that one," or something along those lines. Been there, done that. Jeff definitely can get very confused at where you finished. Obviously, the reverse flip right round is you could do amazingly, and he could just tell you've done a horrendous job. Next one. This is quite actually something. Coming up to the grid, you're right on his tail. Use overtake if you need. In the formation lap. That's what he means, coming up to the grid. Forming onto the grid, on the tail of a car, and he said, use overtake if you need. On the formation lap. Does Jeff know what a formation lap is? You know, you form the race and then you can't overtake on the formation. This one's a classic. I think we've all had this. I've definitely had it in some career mode videos before, but he told me, nice work, great double overtake when I was last. Let me add, in a round 1 Williams car. That is actually taking the piss. I've had that round 4, round 5 of season 1, maybe season 2, middle of a race, makes sense. But at the very start of your race, your season no less, round 1, Williams, your last place, and he's told you about a double. Is he trying to make you feel better? Did he mistake the F2 cars or the safety car you overtook, in the formation lap? Obviously, the safety car kind of parks up behind, or the medical car parks up behind, so did he get confused with that? We'll never know, but at least he's being encouraging in a Williams, because there's not much else you can look forward to driving that car. I mean, just ask Robert Kubica. This one is also quite a treat. So this is, Kieran says, on my stream, once had it said, you're in dirty air, tried to get past as soon as possible, while sitting behind the safety car. That's cool. I mean, I'm sure the safety car does create a lot of dirty air, but yeah, I don't think you're going to be looking to get past the safety car. Nay, it sounds like possibly that you are, you said sitting behind the safety car, so potentially on the formation lap on pole. If it was just under the safety car conditions, that's kind of even stupid in a way, because Jeff should obviously know the rules. He should be the one telling you about the rules. Of course, he tells you if you need to come in for a pit stop for a penalty, or if you get a black flag, for instance, for a disqualification. So I wouldn't think that'd be the best thing to do, telling your driver to go ahead and overtake the safety car. Just go, no rules. We're doing a no rules lobby, clearly, so just do that in career mode. Go for it. Jeff once told someone to save tyres at the start of a race. Well, that sounds very much like a Pirelli sort of 2011 edition, is one reply said to that tweet as well. Very much so. Almost that kind of hearts me back to, this is a throwback. If any of you guys are back all the way in 2011 with videos when Into the Barrier did a Pirelli parody, you'll know what I'm talking about. Very much that kind of way. But yeah, I mean, there have been glitches in the past in Formula 1 games where if you kind of restart a race, sometimes on online especially, it would actually give you the tyre where you restarted the race from. So I could get in that instance, but at the very start of Grand Prix, unless you did a Sebastian Vettel span around about 5 times in qualifying Q3, or Q2 rather, I don't think you're going to need to save tyres straight away, and I just don't know about that one. This one's a classic. This one is a classic. Jeff never knows what's going on with strategies. He'll ask you to pit 2 laps later when you've already come in for the pit stop. He'll tell you to pit earlier than you've actually done, and this is exactly what one man's done. He tweeted me saying, asked if I wanted to change strategy, and gave me the same one I was originally on. Good stuff, Jeff. Good. Nice to know you're looking at the data. You're, really concentrating on the race ahead of you, much like Claire was in my Williams Road to Glory series on the last game. That was a great double overtake after I'd been overtaken by 2 cars. So it's bad enough to be told that was a great double overtake when you're last place, nowhere near anyone, but the fact that you can get overtaken and then be told told, oh, great move, great move. I don't know, maybe Jeff misread the direction of the track. I mean, we've already established he's not really looking at his data for the strategy, so maybe he's not even looking at the bloody track. He hasn't even, he's rocking up at Australia, Melbourne, and thinks, oh, yeah, okay, turn one, that's the last corner. So we come through what would be a right-hander into a left-hander, go down the main straight, and then the first corner is turning left, which is obviously the last corner at Melbourne there. Wouldn't surprise me, actually, to be honest. Another one in the category of blindness. While on a sunny afternoon in Spa, he suggested the intermediates. This is close to my heart. Many times, I've had that a few times. I think I've had that in a few career mode videos, actually. Not right now on F1 2019. I've had that in 2018, but of course we know Jeff has not gained any really big major IQ points moving from F1 2018 to 2019. So, yeah, wants to pit for inters. It's bone dry. It's all sunny. Yeah, just no need to, really. And actually, I think we had a lot of similar tweets along that line. I think someone said that you asked if you wanted to change onto dry tyres or an inters. You went past the last corner, the pit lane entry at the Hungarian Grand Prix. You were told, no, it's still time for intermediates. Go through the last corner, and then the radio comes on. I think it's time for dry. Too late, mate. Too bloody late. Another good old random bit of information you didn't need to know. Okay, you're in the top 10, as this man has been in second and been there for the entire race. Good stuff. We've all been there, actually, with Q3 as well. Have you noticed? I've noticed it before as well. You're in Q3 already. You do a lap time. You're going to be minimum in the top 10, obviously. You made it through into the last part of qualifying. You do your lap, get P, I don't know, 8, 7, whatever, and then Jeff comes on the radio once you finish the lap and the session's ended. Great job. That's the top 10. Obviously! Jeff's also apparently in the game of some bad driver coaching. Please stop locking up your tyres. They'll run out of grip quicker. Really, Jeff? Really? I just didn't know that. I thought I could spin up the rear tyres. I was actually thinking about maybe hitting the wall left and right and centre. Get Claire to ask me, did I, have a lack of grip out there for the lack of downforce I was hitting? And I thought the tyres would be fine after that. We've got another one of you're in his dirty air, trying to get past him on the formation lap. It's like Jeff's maybe done engineering, like the engineer job for like F3, and because he's done that, the formation lap is so slow for the F1 formation lap. He just thinks that's the speed of racing. He's just too used to F3 maybe from his previous job, and he thinks, oh, we need to get past here. Why are you getting stuck in like P10? Go for the move, mate. Great job in qualifying yesterday. Now good luck in the race after qualifying P11 in season 1 with a Mercedes. Yeah, great job in qualifying. Great job. P11. That's where, I mean, if you're Valtteri Bottas, then yeah, that's a great job, mate. Now, this one I've been getting used to with the Honda engine in Season 3 of career mode here. This person, Jake, says, I was plus 2.5 in the fuel, and Jeff said, and I quote, we won't be able to run in this engine mode much longer. He was in standard mixture when that came through, and there was only 2 laps in the Grand Prix to go. Like, clearly, no, you know what? Jeff's preempting a massive fella. He's doing you a solid here. He's looked through his crystal ball, because obviously Jeff sounds like the absolute nutter that would actually have that in his back pocket. And he's looked through and he's seen there's going to be a hole punched in the fuel box, and you're going to start losing fuel very rapidly. That's the only logical situation. 2.5 of fuel in standard mixture. So you know that's not going to go down pretty much at all. And if you're in later on career mode, that's actually going to gain you fuel. And you're only 2 laps from the end of the Grand Prix. Something's not gone right, and I think Jeff's wires are miscrossed in that brain of his. Stefan's actually put one quite nicely here. He's just put all the above. All the above tweets from the tweet he's put to my original one asking for these requests. You're not wrong, Stefan. You're not wrong. This one's a classic, I feel. No rain expected whilst in Bahrain. Yeah, cool. Unless we're throwing it back to like a Tiamat Mardik finale video at Abu Dhabi where he uses a debug mod to put the rain on for a dramatic extra drama in the finale. I don't think we're going to be getting rain at Bahrain or Abu Dhabi anytime soon. So that's really information we didn't need at all through the weekend. This is a great one from David. He says, that was a great overtake whilst he was 7 seconds in front of the guy he just lapped. just lapped. So we're moving past. We're getting dumber as we get through these replies here. It was, first of all, great overtake on a car that's nowhere near you. Great overtake on when you're last place or when you've been overtaken. This is great overtake when you're not even on the same lap as the person. Of course, it's going to be an overtake. It's going to be a great overtake. It's going to be a very easy overtake on someone who's been lapped. And also, he was 7 seconds ahead of him already, and that's when you decide to actually say it. It's, Jeff's on something. He's got to be on something during these races. That's the only explanation for the delayed reaction. You know, he's seen it, it's going through his brain, he's on something, it's taken very, very long to process. 7 seconds later, then he says, yeah, you know what, that's a great overtake. And he just thinks he's spot on. He said it at the time he brought in the info. Another good one, catch up to the car ahead whilst leading the Grand Prix. You know, I don't know, Ben. He might be saying catch up to the car, to the lapped car. He might want you to push on, try and see how many lap cars you're on. You know, could be like a Vettel style era, 2013, try and lap the entire field up to P5. He might want you just to push for the stars. We don't know. He might just be, that's motivation. I'm just saying. Patrick goes 5 laps after I pass Albon with Perez 26 seconds in front of me. Albon at 2 seconds behind. Tried to stay with him. He might make a mistake. Even if he does make a mistake, I think 23 seconds ahead, you're not going to see the mistake. Perez could probably spin and still be fine 23 seconds ahead, unless you've got absolute Hawkeyes ahead of you, or like you're going down China. 23 seconds isn't even the back straight, I'm pretty sure. I think that's longer than the back straight. I was going to say maybe, just maybe, if you're at the start of the straight and Perez is right at the end, maybe locks up, you can see that mistake, but you're not going to stay with him as well. That's the first part of that. Stay with him. 23 seconds, I'm pretty sure you're nowhere near the vicinity of saying stay with him in Formula 1. When we say, you know, 2/10 is like an absolute eternal age, 23 seconds, I think that's the distance from like the Earth to the Moon at this point. Okay, now this is going to be one of the last ones, and this is an absolute bang. We've actually got a video for this one, because this one needs a video, just to explain it here. So, this is a race at Monaco, and I've actually had this before myself, but I've kind of just always driven past it, didn't really think much of it. But this is Jeff having a voice changer, an accent, and assuming that Bottas is a woman.
Keep on her. She might make a mistake.
Don't know what's gone on there. I assume that's not actually Jeff. I assume that's more so the game breaking a little bit. I don't know how it's broken, but I guess the speech file broke or whatever. The language file broke. The audio bugged out. And so you got all that mixture of Jeff not even having the accent that he usually has. Sounds like a robot. I don't actually know what on earth's going on with also calling Bottas a she ahead of him. That might be mixed up. I don't know. It might be mixed up with some of the multiplayer radio, but that is a very bonkers one. And finally, we're going to end it off with another formation lap one, and this is another different type of formation lap message. Get in the DRS, we can overtake him. Get in the DRS. It's not going to be activated for 3 laps, mate. Get in the DRS on the formation lap. The amount of stupid ones I've seen in the formation. I need to start doing the formation lap career mode, clearly, just to get a bit of comedy. I'm missing a complete comedy show on the formation lap, apparently, because we've got so many different combos of stupid things that Jeff said on the formation lap, thinking it's like the race or the middle of the race and you're trying to overtake someone. So I've missed a trick there. I think we all have. You're not doing the formation lap, so that's definitely convinced me. I haven't done the formation lap for career mode videos in about 3 years, so definitely has convinced me today. But yeah, that's been, well, it's not a number, just a lot of stupid and funny things that Jeff has said in F1 2019 career mode race. I'm sure there'll be so many more, so if there are any more, then do let me know in the comments below, or tweet me or whatever. And if you've got videos, even better, because then we can just do a video compilation maybe of stupid things that Jeff has actually said. You can physically hear what he's saying at the moment in time. So if there's any more crazy ones that we haven't read out so far, then maybe it might be worthwhile to do a video in the future. But for now, that is Jeff. That is just this video should just be, if you look up Jeff in the dictionary, it's just him. That's just him. And you know what? I wouldn't change him for the world, because he makes the F1 world a light-hearted place. You know, these funny moments, it just would be a bit more boring. It would just be boring without this kind of stupid stuff, you know? Sometimes, mid-race, concentration's dwindling a little bit, morale's a little bit low, maybe you've got a massive gap to the AI ahead of him. It's nice just to have Jeff say something completely stupid and unneeded halfway through Grand Prix. I think it spices up. So, that's been the video then, guys. If you did enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you are new around here, subscribe for weekly Formula content. I've been aarava. I'm Today. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.